Good morning, everybody. Good morning. If you can do me a favor and tap the live, share the live. When you tap the heart creates a tail. Just complete the tail of the heart. It takes about 100 clicks, and then take a break. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. White Sox is already awake and ready to get started. But he's in my lap, so hopefully he won't cut up too much this morning. Good morning. White Sox, they said good morning to you, buddy. It kills me that he looks like Kim's cats. He's a tuxedo too, with 4 white paws, which is where he got his name from. White Sox. Hello, buddy. Good morning. How was everybody's weekend? I know mine was wild because I actually have a photo. This was... Let me see. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Sometimes this is my days. iPad, tablet, cell phones, everything is on. Everything is on because they just will not take a break. Good morning, everybody. We got a break from Windwalker. We sure did. And you know, Amanda went back to hiding. Good morning. So I'm going to get started soon because I usually like to try to wait until we get about 100 people in here. But my granddaughter, who's about to turn 1, was just diagnosed with COVID. She's in the emergency room, and they're taking her in to get, they're doing an ultrasound now because even they first diagnosed her with a stomach virus and sent her home. And her mother called me at 3 in the morning and was like, something isn't right. And this is her first baby, so sometimes she's like a hypochondriac. Like she looked left, something must be wrong. But this time I said to her, listen, nobody knows your baby better than you. Take her back. And if they say it's a stomach virus, then okay. So she took her back. And at 4 in the morning, I got the phone call that she tested positive for COVID. They gave her some medicine to see if she could keep it down. She slept for about 15 minutes and then woke up screaming. They let her scream for an hour, and then they decided to give her an ultrasound. So that's where we are right now. We're at the ultrasound stage. So we will see what happens. But we might as well start with the insane. Thank you guys. I'll keep you up to date. My son was walking in the hospital right before I went live, which is why I was a few minutes late. I've been awake since 3. So, what we all know about Kim is that after she claimed she needed $800 for before an eviction, then she went to a hotel room, either for Christmas or New Year's. I can't remember. I think it was Christmas. And had a nerve to say that everybody who was like, I can't believe you just begged for money for rent and now you're in a hotel room, a casino at that, for 2 days. She claimed it was for a date. And to quote her, when people are like, why are you in a hotel for a first date? She said, and I quote, I wanted some dick. Now, I don't begrudge anybody wanting to get their groove on. But you thought that for a first date, after you begged for money for an eviction for paperwork that we now know was false? Now, this is the funny thing. The paperwork was false, but I don't know if the back rent was. Because clearly she makes bad decisions financially. And I think part of the reason why she and other beggars on TikTok keep making bad decisions is because in the past, they've been able to get on here, ask for money, and get it. To the tunes of thousands of dollars. So, just like, what's her name? Maggie went to Vegas and gambled her check away. And when she came back, now, of course, the first is here. And people gave her enough money to pay her rent. Now, I don't think that her rent is very expensive, but that's not the point. They've been making bad decisions because they've been able to come to TikTok, and between gifts and direct quote-unquote donations, they've been good. But after lying about giving to a family, which I told y'all from the gate, I thought that she was talking about herself. when she was like a woman and two boys. I think she was talking about herself and her two cats. I'm not even kidding. That is exactly who I think she thought about. And because in order to continue to do what you're doing, you have to believe your own lies, right? So, in her mind, lying and saying that it's for a woman and two boys in need, in her mind, that's the truth. So, where's the lie? She is in need. And how do we know that? Because the very slippers she says she got for the woman is the slippers she used in the hotel. You made people pay for you and your brother and an Uber to celebrate Thanksgiving. And was mad that people weren't giving you money at 6 p.m. to go back because it was the only place open on Thanksgiving. Do you know how much food you could have gotten with $60, $70? But no, she expects that when she opens her mouth and says she wants something, that she gets it. Good morning, everybody just coming in. Now we're back. Now, I think that when she asked for the 800, I think she might have gotten it. Before I said 500, but no, I think she probably got the 8. Because people were going back and forth about whether that was real or not. And it took a while for people to be able to pick up on the fact that it was fake. I called it as soon as I saw it because for me, when she showed the paperwork and it didn't have an address, it just had her name and a zip code, I was like, not real. And everybody was like, no, it's real. I was like, okay. I was a landlord for a time. You can't evict somebody with their name and a zip code. But, you know, I admit that I'm wrong sometimes. Wow. So now we're back to her being evicted. And what I think happened was I think when she got the 800, she paid 500 of it, which left a balance of 3 and some change. And I think she thought she could come back and say she needed 300 more or she's going to be evicted. And because she got the 8 a month ago, why wouldn't she be able to get 360 or whatever it is? Her account got banned. It probably got bananas, but I don't think it got banned. And let's be honest, all she got to do is open another one. It's not that hard. Now, this was the other day. People were like, well, where are you going to go when TikTok is over with? Right, she does have more than one. That's why I have Squidward 5546 and Deltuna Fungus, whatever that means. And she was like, I'm not going to another app. I'm going to be homeless. I don't care about another app. I asked her, will housing help find you a place? I got muted. That was on the 10th. Now, between the 11th and the 12th, her new note says, moving, everything helps. Please light up the gift gallery. Now, in raising the consciousness, I'm going to talk about the gift gallery. But before I get there, You don't seem stressed about moving enough for me. Why? Because after stressing that she needed money or she was going to get kicked out, she pulls out her reborn doll and has a whole skit with it. I'm sorry, if I'm getting ready to get evicted, I'm not pulling out a reborn doll and having the conversation that she had with the chat. It was her baby. Mind you, this is what got me. She was like, the baby is 5 pounds, 3 pounds, 5 inches. No, boo. First of all, the baby is clearly longer than 5 inches. What she was trying to say was 3 pounds, 5 ounces. But she's not even bright enough to understand that it's ounces and not inches. Okay? So the whole idea that she had a child before, absolutely not. She said she went to full term, but the baby was a preemie. How does that work? Anybody else know about a baby that went to term and was also a preemie? I've never heard of that. First, oh, well, I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to that Reese's Pieces Hershey's Queen. Don't worry. Because I have more to say about that. Don't worry. I am going to get there. I'm just trying to lead up to that point. So when someone said, are you going to have the money to feed the baby? Because let's be clear. She can't feed herself, according to her. And she was like, yes, I'm going to breastfeed. You mean suffocate? Girl, bye. Then she went and quote unquote made a bottle for the baby using an adult water bottle, reusable water bottle. And she sat there and she acted like she was feeding the baby. Then she said something about making the baby steak and eggs. If the baby is 3 weeks old, according to you, why would it eat steak and eggs? But the thing that I think pissed everybody off was the car seat. That car seat is pristine. So 2 things. She bought it brand new, or it was for somebody else in need of a car seat. And because she's delusional, in her mind, she needs a car seat for her reborn doll. So that's why the reborn doll came back out, because she either bought it or theft by deception. She's not a mother. Why would she need a car seat for a doll when she's about to be evicted? I said this the other day on someone's live, and forgive me for not remembering whose live I was on. I had a good time in that live, by the way. I personally think she is doing this to amplify her mental health issues. People who act like that, and I'm not a psychiatrist. I do not diagnose people, but it came across as bipolar. One minute you are freaking out about not having the money to stay, and then you're talking about this baby as if it's real, and had her mods block people who have funny things to say. Now, I think that she bought the doll a year ago or more, right? I think she packed it up, when it was no longer bringing her what she wanted it to bring. And you got to remember, there is an entire reborn doll talk community. And a lot of people connect with that. So she probably was able to get some money for, oh, the baby needs this and oh, the baby needs that. And people probably sent her money. And then when it wasn't making her any more money, she packed it up in a box. So that if you notice, I didn't get it in this photo, but the baby's legs were bent permanently backwards. And I think that came from whatever she had stuffed it in. So I just asked, like, what's wrong with the baby's legs? I got muted. It's not even a real baby. What? Who cares what anybody says about it? It's not real. Why would someone get muted for saying anything, good or bad, about a doll? When your priority should be, how are you going to pay your rent and stay? She also hasn't gotten a single box. She hasn't cleaned up a single thing. Look in the kitchen. But let's be frank. She doesn't even have a court date yet. She hasn't even received the eviction notice. Do y'all remember that when Lisa was getting evicted, how long it took? It's a process. You go to court. Well, you answer the court when you receive the paperwork. And you tell the court everything, right? Then you have a court date. And if the judge is going to grant it, they still have to give you time to get out. And certain places, it's a week. Other places, it's a month. And if you haven't moved out, then they got to bring in the sheriff to put you out. I think Lisa was in her apartment for a whole month and some change. Remember, we were all on standby, like, okay, today could be the day, or not today, tomorrow could be the day, or not the next day could be the day. But I also think, I'm a realtor, I know the process is lengthy. Thank you very much. 2021 Benz. It is not fast. And she hasn't even gotten the paperwork yet. And she knew better than to show paperwork this time. Because she knows people would have been able to rip it apart like we did last time. I agree, Taco. Taco is my dog. That's cute. I agree. She gets every service. But let me just say this to you. Her, Maggie, a lot of them receiving every service available, when they have to make it clear what they did with all of this TikTok money, they might not have it all. Just in time for TikTok to go away. Y'all put all of your services at risk for an app that might not be here after the 19th. You gotta love the stupidity. And she said last night that the app was made for people to get gifted. That was not what the app was for. The gifts came about for two reasons. A, TikTok could make money on them. And B, it was supposed to be a way for people to appreciate the content that was being given. It was not intended for you to sit there and beg for money. It is in the TikTok, what do they call it? Code of conduct, whatever it is, that you are not supposed to use this app for financial gain through begging and pleading and scamming. The guidelines, yes, I'm sorry. My head is all over the place. For everybody just coming in, about 3 o'clock this morning, I got a phone call from my granddaughter's mom that she was sick. She had a stomach virus, but she felt like something was wrong. And so I said, take her back to the hospital. 4 o'clock, she was diagnosed with COVID. So they gave her some medicine. They waited to see if she could keep it down. And then she woke up screaming. And so now they're doing an ultrasound. So I'm waiting to hear back about the ultrasound. So, yeah, my morning has already been crazy. When I tell you, when I get off this live, I am putting my phone on a focus and I'm going to sleep. Do you hear me? I am tired. And I ended up being up late because everybody was on last night, seemed like. Then I heard that she said in a live that somebody was giving the car seat away and she took it. With all of the need out there, you took a car seat that could have been used for an indigent baby? Because remember now, you can't leave a hospital without a car seat. You took a quality car seat that was clean, seemed pristine to me, for a reborn doll. And what I loved is when someone was like, a car seat for your scooter, like, ma'am. And she's like, now I could take him with me wherever I go. What? I think she did all of that as an act so that when she goes before whatever hearings she's going to have to go before, whether it's Social Security, whether it's housing, whether it's food stamps, she will have this video evidence to show that she's not all there. That is my opinion. Yes, the car seat looked brand new. And I said it the other day. When you've used a car seat for your child, two things. Sometimes people will put a car seat on their registry and more than one person will buy it, right? So now you have multiple and you can't use it because you have one. Usually, even at from a newborn to however many pounds it is, 10 pounds, whatever it is, that initial car seat is usually wrecked with spilled milk, all of the things, the stuff that come off toys, the snacks, all of that. It's usually wrecked. That car seat looked brand new. And you are such a selfish person. And I feel like that about the Meals on Wheels as well. We all know she doesn't like them. She doesn't eat them. But you want to keep them because if you don't, then you won't look like you're in such need. But ma'am, you get food stamps. There is probably an older person, someone who really doesn't have the ability to cook, that could use those. But you are so selfish, so entitled, feeling like the world owes you your comfort, that you don't care about anybody else. Yes, Michelle, it is for the wrong reasons. I wrote, she is disgusting. She named the baby Daniel after her best friend who passed away. She gave it a middle name. People were actually asking, like, does the baby look like the father or the mother? And she was like, oh, the father, but he has my eyebrows. But her diabetic meal after was steak, eggs, a bagel, and cream cheese. Make that make sense. She also claims that she has COVID. Does she act sick to y'all? Now, granted, a person with COVID has a range of symptoms, from asymptomatic to being on a ventilator. There's a range. But usually, when you have enough symptoms that you go to the doctor tests you and tells you you're positive, you aren't asymptomatic. She doesn't seem very sick to me. And what I wrote down was, you are a few years too late to try to get money and sympathy off of COVID. 2 years too late, boo. Then, after all of that, she went live on the 12th, and now she's back to being panic stricken about being evicted. Her plans are to go to a hotel. Now, remember I said a little while ago that she considered herself the needy mother with kids? What did she say? I'm trying to find a place for me and my family to go. Now, don't misunderstand. My cats are my babies. Okay? White Sox, you have to make an appearance? Ooh, hold on, guys. This is from the hotel. Hold on. I mean, the hospital. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, it was a phone call from the hospital. They have still not taken her for an ultrasound, but they still haven't taken her for her ultrasound, but they told my son and his girlfriend that they should assume that they're positive for COVID, but they won't test them. So she's having a heart attack and he's losing it. And they're all the way in Connecticut. So I can't even be there. So I'm a phone call away, I guess. Okay, so she said that her plan, we're talking about Miss Kim Peters. She said that her and her family were going to go to a hotel. I wrote down 2 cats, a bird, and a fake baby. Then people started to post, if you're going to give to California. Has anybody now? I told y'all before that I fixate on these things because of what I used to do for a living. Oh, she has 2 birds now? Wow. So when things like this happen, I'm very interested in seeing the process. How does it get dealt with? What do people do? When I tell you people have poured out, because y'all got to remember, while people who owned homes in the Palisades are usually pretty well off, some of the people have just been there before it was so popular, right? There was several couples that had been there for 70 plus years. But not everybody who was impacted has money. And if you also recall that some of these people literally January 1st found out that their fire insurance was no longer an active policy. I've seen where Biden and the governor, I believe, have said that they're going to force everybody to cover them. You know what's going to happen if that happens? Everybody's insurance in the country is going to go up. Because we now got to pay for the fact that they were forced to honor a policy that they were really... Like, when I tell you the conspiracy that is going through my mind right now about that happening and then this happening, it made me think of what happened in Hawaii. But I'm not here for that. I need to create a conspiracy page. Anyway, as people kept talking about the California fires, even Lisa has had the compassion to say, I feel really bad for them people. I've prayed for them people. Whatever the case may be. Not selfish ass Kim though. Not Kim. What did she say? She told her mods to filter California, fires, LA, etc. It's the second time I wrote, she's disgusting. How selfish do you have to be? So people started getting creative with ways to say stuff about the fires. They started putting the symbol of fire up. But I want to highlight somebody because you know how I feel. You wish you knew it? This was right after Kim said, mods block. Those words. Filter out those words. You wish you knew it? You did it for her. You did it for her. What is wrong with y'all? How could a mod that knows what's going on over there filter it for her? Because she was like, California needs help, Kim needs help. Ma'am, whatever situation you are in is self imposed. When you face a natural disaster, you've done nothing to incur the wrath of that natural disaster. But you feel like your poor decisions supersede what those people are going through, to the point where you force your mods, not force, because she was happy to do it, to filter the words so that people couldn't talk about it. You're deplorable. And I hope you get everything you deserve. Hold on, I see somebody's in the box. Give me 1 second. This is the account. It's a fake one. It's a fake account. I don't know who it is, but I sure wish somebody with some tech savvy could figure out who it is, because they need to be put on blast. When I tell you I reported the heck out of these 2 accounts, how dare you be that selfish? How dare you? Who's in the box? Let me see. Oh. Sorry for making you wait, sir. Good morning.
Morning, beautiful. How are you?
I'm great. How are
I'm
you?
doing peachy fine. Yeah, look, I just saw some videos that were just horrible in itself of Kim. Um, she's sitting there telling about how people are body shaming her and bullying her, but the live last night that was held, there was zero tolerance for body shaming, zero tolerance for bullying. You know, somebody turned around and said about the picture that I had posted of her with the banana in her mouth. And they said that that was a form of bullying. No,
Right.
that was off of your live, Kim.
Correct.
I mean, you want to talk about bullying, and I'm only being honest when I say this. Sorry, I'm doing a thing here.
That's okay.
How about bullying all these guys?
Right.
I mean, you're going to sit there and turn around and say, how about Kim? How about these guys that are risking their lives out on the front line? This is about Kim Peters, a well-known scammer, well-known beggar, well-known liar, straight out. And I'm just going to be honest. But she literally sat in a live and told everybody not to gift or donate to the victims out in California with their fires, along with the Carolinas that are still reeling from the damage that they've gotten. Good morning, Alicia. But she wants all the gifts given to her. Well,
Right.
what about these guys? What if somebody lost somebody that was fighting these fires, and yet you're going to sit there and turn around and say about not gifting? That's bullying. That's bullying people in your chat to gift you and not them.
Right.
That's straight out facts.
Right. Muted and blocked anybody who wasn't talking about her. But we're the bully? You're bullying people, like I said, if anybody said anything about the baby that her mod didn't think was good, it might have even not been a bad comment. But if her mod determined that it wasn't good, you got muted and blocked. If you weren't gifting, if you weren't liking, that's all a threat. That is all a bully tactic. And so then people like Detroit Nike will be like, if somebody says that they don't have it, block them. What?
And for anybody's knowledge, the picture that I'm showing right here used to be houses.
Yep. They're comparing it to a war zone. That's
Yeah,
how
yeah.
bad it is.
I mean, you want to walk through fire? Walk through that. That's houses that are on fire with the trees on fire by the houses. Oh yeah, and the yeah, I agree. You know, that to me is a chicken shit way of covering one's backside. That, you know, anybody that is private wants to cover their own tail. No, 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 no. Yeah, no, I heard about that, CJ. But then I also heard something that was interesting. You said it last night that her one mod or a mod posted about the fires and pinned it.
Really?
Yeah, I wish somebody would have gotten a screenshot of that.
No. But let me just say this other thing while I have you here. I don't know if you heard, but somebody made a comment in her live and she was like, I think I saw you in All for One's live. Again, another bullying tactic.
Yeah,
People can't be in both.
yeah.
And the girl was like, I just found you earlier today. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. So she is also stalking our pages.
Oh yeah. And she's going to because she wants to put the truth into the ground. She doesn't want the truth to come out.
Correct.
Problem is, she's already turned around and showed her true colors and who she is. I mean, how much further does it need to go with Kim Peters? Today's going to be a telltale sign. Like I said, I already have the Minnesota courts alpha roster pulled up. And I'm telling you right now, if it's not in there today, she's a liar. Straight out, flat out.
Right. Right. She is lying. Like there to me, I don't understand, and this is what I tell you all the time. I don't understand how a mod could be in her live consistently and not see what we see. So you're choosing to be willfully ignorant. How dare you? Now, this is my thing. Let's just say I was her mod and I heard her do that. I would no longer mod for her. But let's say I was delusional one day and decided, well, it's her life, it's her choice. Do you think I would have gone in and did it? If you want that done, you're going to have to do it yourself because there's no way I'm going to do it. And that's why I've pulled up this fake account because you've now made yourself a target. Call it bullying if you want. What you did was bullying. Yeah, they got her Sonic food last night.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. When's that ever going to end? What? She's got food in the house, but yet you're going to sit there and buy her Sonic food?
Well, let me just tell you this. Somebody brought it up, and I was like, I forgot about that. There's an entire feeder community. And if you ever watch My 600-Pound Life, a few of them were in that community. There was a couple where he got off watching her eat. That's how she made money. She was basically a cam girl that allowed people to pay her to watch her eat. And they would send everything and pay her to watch her to eat, which is, and so I think that again, another layer of what she does, why she eats the way she does, why she eats the amount that she does, is because she probably has some people who are into feeders and they send her money and food to watch her eat. And I think that's also why she gets so upset when she doesn't get it, because she's accustomed to the feeders, or what do they call them? Feed watchers? Whatever it is, to pay for her to eat.
And I'm sorry, but one of the reports in the reporting thing is disordered eating.
Good.
And I'll be honest with you, I've used that multiple times, and I'll continue to use it because anybody that sits there on screen and mukbangs or whatever they call it and sits there and turns around and constantly eats, that's a disordered eating. I'm sorry.
It
Is
is.
it because she's nervous that she's live? Is it because she has anxiety? Those are those are problems that need to be addressed professionally for her to be, you know, you know, taken care of, I guess you would say would be the best way to put it. Um, I don't know. The thing that really got me was this when she turned around and chose to get those keywords blocked about California.
Oh, I was done. I was
Yeah,
done. I
yeah,
was done.
that floored me.
I
So,
I was so. If I could have reached through the phone and smacked the crap out of her, I would have. How dare you? And what kills me is she does that. What if anybody who follows her has family? I have a dear friend who I am so concerned about that I text him every couple of days and I say to him, I'm sorry. I don't mean to bother you. I'm just worried. He has an entire family. He has grandchildren there.
and the other thing is too, is let's not forget not just families, but animals and pets that are
Right.
missing, gone, unalive because of these fires. And yet she's going to sit there with two cats and a bird with the bird cage hanging wide open. Okay, that's great, Kim. But you know what? How about those families that have lost love pets?
Right.
Pets that actually do exist. I
Right.
mean, you're I don't know. It just floors me beyond belief. And then her mod to partake in it is just as sick
Oh,
and twisted.
I
And I'm
saw
sitting
that.
there thinking, you're going to sit here and support this amicably? Wow, really? And to do damage control, now you've already done your damage. There is no control to it.
Nope. What did she do for damage control?
Nothing. There's
Oh,
nothing she can do.
then
Yeah, I
she's talking
agree,
about giving
Joy. Her
somebody a free
mindset is ridiculous.
subscription. Who wants to subscribe to you? Who? Who would want to subscribe to your nonsense? Mind you, to an app that might be leaving. What is your subscription worth? Then she said she wasn't going to go to a new app and then turned around and had a discussion with what app she said she might do Instagram or Facebook. And when someone was like, you just said you weren't thinking about going to another app, she went off again. You are delusional.
And to sit there and keep asking for gifts and
Oh,
money afterwards? Nah, come on. That money train's got to stop. She's got to be able to support herself. She doesn't know how to. That's the problem. She's always been able to get supported by other people, whether it be through gifts, money, you know, even gifts sent to her. Or, I mean, look at the groceries bought for her is because she can't do it herself.
mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. But the other thing is too is I just saw a video where she literally body shamed everyone that was in that live last night, and I'm sitting there thinking, okay, it's not right that anybody body shames you, Kim, and we weren't body shaming her by any means. But yet, then for her to sit there and talk about other people having double chins that were in the live and large and rolls and this and that, two wrongs don't make one right, Kim. If it makes you feel better, then you have issues.
But I think some people like who think that because they're big, it gives them the right to talk about other people. It does not. You don't get a pass.
I will never ever body shame a person at all.
Right. Me neither.
Each person is their own person in life. You were created the way you were. It's up to you if you want to change it. Do I feel that she has diabetes? No, she doesn't.
Me
If
neither.
she does, she's only harming herself even more, and she doesn't care.
But you know what? When's the last time she talked about checking her blood sugar?
I don't know.
It's been weeks. It's been weeks. Remember when she got the equipment
Hmm.
and first she was showing a screenshot of of a number, but then it was, oh, I have to check my blood sugar. It's low and blah 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 when it was just normal. But she was using it to try to say she needed to eat. Again, everything comes back to she needs to eat. And now she needs money for a place to go. She hasn't even looked, wait, I mean diabetic coma. Oh.
They're saying that she checked it last night. Well, if she checked it last night, then she would know that she was skyrocketed through the roof.
After that Sonic meal,
Yeah, yeah,
which was what did they say? Dinner number three? Like it was 164. That's high.
yeah. I think it's supposed to be below 100, if I'm correct.
It is. It's supposed to be below 100.
Hmm.
But this is the thing. She doesn't care enough.
But see, here's the other thing too. And I'm looking at somebody bought her that Sonic dinner that could have easily bought a meal for somebody out in California.
Yep.
He ate it and gave sorry, I'm going to say it, no shits about that person giving her the money. She could have cared less. It's gone.
And the other thing is the amount of money that she spends on fast food. I think somebody said, like, with the money she had gotten, she could have gone and bought groceries and cooked them that would have lasted her 2 or 3 days. But she doesn't care about anybody else and their needs.
Well, and that was evident when she went to the hotel that had a casino in it.
Right.
I mean, that money she spent right there could have been used for her rent.
Right.
Well,
But
why did you go to the casino and the hotel when you knew you had to owe rent? Now all of a sudden you're jumping on the wagon again, saying that you're going to be evicted. First off, she's not overly concerned about being evicted because she knows that even if she does get evicted, her caseworker is going to find her another place. But the waiting time for her to get into another HUD or Section 8 facility is at least 7 years, and they're not going to put her on the priority, was what was put out last night. My opinion, she went there knowing that she owed the money, didn't care, because she sat back and figured to herself, I can get it off of TikTok. I can take it from all these people.
listen, all for one, you literally are saying what I said when I started. I
Oh
feel
wow.
like she spent the money knowing in her mind that she could come back to TikTok, claim that she was going to be evicted. It's only 300 this time, and she get it.
Right.
Because even when she was like, I didn't get enough gifts to pay for it. You haven't even gotten the paperwork about a court date yet. What do
Yep.
you mean? And as long as it took Lisa to get evicted, it is not a quick 1-2 process.
Right.
She has plenty of time to get that $300.
Well, the other thing is too, is let's not turn around and forget all the time that she's bought food. I mean, she went out on her scooter the other night when it was snowing, went and got food, came back. Why'd you spend the money on the food knowing that you were being evicted and you needed the money for the eviction?
Correct.
Make
And
that make sense, Kim? See, she won't answer those questions because it'll indict her. It'll show her as the liar that she is. That's the problem.
right. Right, of course. It's why she talks big and bad, but she won't let anybody in that box.
Right. And the minute she lets them up in a box, she knows that she's going to be shown for her true colors as a compulsive narcissist.
Hmm.
That's what it is. And yeah, she gets mad. You're right, Sunshine. She does because that's anybody that does that is a key sign of defense mechanism. They're going to get mad. They're going to overtalk you because they don't want that real truth to come out.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm starting to wonder the same thing as myself. And she's trying to state that she's being evicted as the money grab. She's done it many a times before. Yeah, exactly. She talks over them. Yeah. And it is a typical narcissist. She has what Chef Carleon has. Chef Carleon suffers from king baby syndrome. That's already been proven.
Yep.
That's already out there. She has, and it is called queen baby syndrome. That is a real thing. And it's a I want. She was so used to getting everything real easy, real quick, real fast, to a point where she's used to getting it. She knows she's going to get it. That is queen baby syndrome, and she feels that it should be put on a platter, handed to her.
Correct. Correct. And like I said, I tell you we are of one mind, I was like, she is so accustomed to being able to come on here, whine a little bit, and get the money that she's flabbergasted that it's taking her more than one live to get it. Carl doesn't even show his face very much anymore because his money train has left the station, not
And,
to return.
and Kim is afraid to have anybody up in the box for the simple fact that she knows that she'll be outed. That's why she doesn't open up the boxes.
Right.
That's why she keeps them down, and it's focused solely on her. Because if somebody in the box gets more gifts, she gets upset. She gets mad. She lashes out.
Hmm. I said, even Lisa has enough compassion to say, "Oh, I saw that and I feel so bad and I prayed for them." You aren't even bright enough to realize that you make yourself look worse by your actions. Yeah, and then what I love when she gets mad, she turns the comments off and turns the phone to face the cats or just in a different direction. That is a tantrum. What are you doing, ma'am?
It is, and that's a tantrum, but that's also a money grab, a manipulation
Yes.
aspect that she does because she wants to use animals, pets, even the reborn or the baby as a money grab.
We talked about that. We talked about that in that car seat because that is the when I saw that I was activated. If I wasn't, I was reactivated. And then what she did with California, no, no, White Sox, you can't lay on me right now. You're too hot.
Well, and the thing is, it may be funny to watch her do what she does, but it's not real content, in my opinion.
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
not
who
content at
enjoys sitting
all.
watching somebody watch TV?
And she won't even be like engaged.
Right.
And what gets me is because her mods are who they are, she doesn't even really pay attention to the comments either. She expects when she looks up that the comments are all already taken care of.
And that car seat, what is she
Oh,
going to do with that for that baby? Is that car seat going to get strapped to the scooter?
yeah.
I'm just saying. I mean, those are questions that should be asked. Why did you waste money on a car seat that you don't even have a car, let alone a driver's license?
Right. And when people said like she spent the money for it, her response later on was somebody was giving it away so she took it. They were giving it away for a real baby, ma'am,
Hmm.
not for your toy.
She said she has a car. There's no way she has a car. She has no license. She has no insurance or registration on any car of any sorts. Maybe her scooter she
She needs
consider
a
a car. The one that
sidecar.
had the busted wheel that they had to send out somebody from the state to repair because that was state funded scooter. Oh
Yes,
yeah.
that's her mod. That is the mod that blocked California fire, etc. But it's a fake name. It's a fake account. But I don't care about any of that. I'm gonna call you out. I'm gonna call you out because
Well,
you shouldn't have done that.
I just saw something that was sad, but the state of Oregon, I think, I want to say, sent 52 fire trucks down to California to assist them, and they got stopped, and they had to go through an inspection because of their emissions on their fire trucks.
Oh
Oh
no.
yeah, yeah, that
So you
was
see
terrible.
that people are faking being firemen?
Don't get me started on that. Don't let me catch somebody doing that because I'll tell you what, I will go after them. I didn't spend 15 years of my life as a volunteer firefighter to turn around and have some Yahoo turn around and scam people.
Yep.
And I'm starting to see the scams come out on
Yep.
TikTok.
Yep. They sure look. They're one of the scammers who lives out there. Literally, day one was playing an eviction order that had nothing to do with her, but it was a money grab. It was just a
No.
money grab. So yeah, but what they are making it very clear. You break the curfew, you're getting arrested. You scam, you're getting arrested. You pretend to be a firefighter or a police officer to cross the line, you're getting evicted. And let me just say this. For the black men and women that decided to go in and loot those homes, I am embarrassed of you. You do not represent me. Thank you for the heartbeat for whoever that was for. I'm not
I
sure if it was
mean,
for me.
look at that.
I am disgusted by you.
That's fire rolling across the hillsides, chewing up houses. And Kim's going to sit there and turn around and say, don't gift them, gift me. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
That's houses that are gone, that are no longer there because there's not enough help out there to get those fires put out.
there's not even enough water. They're actually going to investigate what
Oh,
happened.
yeah.
But
I
like
heard
I
about
said
that.
the other day, you couldn't, in your wildest dreams, when you are thinking about planning for fires, do you think that this could happen? And let's be clear, tomorrow the Santa Ana winds pick back up. The embers were flying a mile away. There's no way that anybody in their right mind would have been able to put this together and think, how do we cover it?
Well,
Because they knew
you know
that.
the one person that I think pretty much blew the roof off of that was
Who?
Mel Gibson's interview on the news.
I didn't see it.
Oh, I saw it, and let me tell you something. I double up on that man's security big time because I'll tell you what, when he laid it out about the water source and they were messing with it,
Yeah,
and then that
that I
guy
heard
did, I
about.
just saw a video where the guy went to the reservoir and it was empty. I was like, whoa, there are going to be definitely investigations on the mayor and the governor of the state.
Why weren't
Wow.
they doing control burns anymore?
I don't know. I know the governor turned around and filed a suit against the U.S. government about the pipe being laid up in the mountains to help water out the ground, but I don't know.
Hold on. Lady Day, I'm so sorry. I'm praying for you guys. I
Yes,
know
Caribbean girl, I am going to message you today. Yeah, budget cuts. I
I'm
think Kim got her budget cuts last night. Just saying. I mean, yeah.
listen, if anybody goes live, if anybody posts content, please post a photo of her and say what she did so that it's all over TikTok.
We got 6 days and that's it. These scammers and beggars are going to be out there in full force
Oh,
trying to get as much as they can before it's gone.
yes. And as I told y'all, if you go to an app, look up Digital Deceiver Shadow. You might just find me because I'm doing them all until I can figure out where the most of them go. I haven't figured out where I'm going to go live yet. I'm going to do a poll probably Friday. Wait, what day? What?
Today's Monday.
No, I know today's Monday. When is the 19th?
Uh,
Let me see. It's Sunday. So probably Friday.
hey, what do you think is so original about Sunday? What do you think's interesting about that?
What is it?
It's the last day you can collect gifts on TikTok.
That is very true. You will still have access. So just so that people understand, the way it will work is if you have already downloaded TikTok to your phone, it will remain there. They will take access from anybody new from being able to get it. But this is why it's going to eventually have to go away because they will no longer be able to provide updates so that eventually it becomes unusable. But it's not going to happen on the 19th. It will happen gradually.
And what you're going to start seeing is you're going to start seeing the app work crappy, lagging. Um, you may not even be able to go live in some instances. What I would strongly suggest is to whatever your favorite videos are, save them, download them, and you can transfer them over to a couple different apps. There's a handful of apps that are up and running. The newest one that I've heard is Neptune, but that won't be released until February because they're still in the beta stages of it. Clapper is one that I started seeing some of the scammers go over to. True Knowledge is one of them. He said that he went over there.
Yeah, when his
Yep.
account got banana, he went
But
over there.
yeah, I downloaded a couple of them. I got Trend, I have Favorited, and I have Clapper. I have also Instagram, and I have YouTube. So
I haven't jumped on the YouTube bandwagon. I'm thinking about it because I'm thinking about downloading my lives and posting them there.
mhm.
But
Lemonade is a good app if you like Instagram or Pinterest or something to that effect. You can't go live on that one, and it is operated by
TikTok,
ByteDance.
isn't it? Doesn't TikTok own Lemonade?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be next. But the one thing that I think you can do on Lemonade is transfer your live recordings over there.
Well, and see, here's the thing: is that these apps are going to allow, to a certain point, these individuals to panhandle and beg. It's going to destroy their app, just like it destroyed TikTok, in my
Yep.
opinion.
Yep. TikTok used to be fun.
Hmm.
And like I tell y'all, in my main account, like my account, I if I come across the scammer, block immediately because I don't want that on my timeline. And between that and the TikTok QVC, there are days that I don't even go on unless I'm in my awareness mode. But I won't even go on because I have blocked sale, sold, store, all of it. I don't want to see any of it. That's not what TikTok was supposed to be. I'm going to Farmville. I remember when I used to remember the Facebook games we used to play. Oh, I was heavy into the Facebook games.
I was into one, I forget what it was called, but it was these little animals, and they would pew pew like nuke bombs and
What
take out the other person's side, and it was so messed up.
hilarious! I did Cafe World. And it got so elaborate that people had created like cheat sheets so that you could get extra food and you could finish the challenge. It was a lot. One time I'm talking to my sister because she played it too, and we're going back and forth about the food we're cooking. And my mother's like, "You cook that?" I was like, "Mom, we're talking about a game." She was like, "Y'all need to get a life. Y'all talking about cooking on a game on Facebook."
Oh, and by the way, the photo
First
you
came
see in
out
the
that.
picture above, that's a before and after picture. of an entire development gone. But that's okay.
Cause
Her mods are going to
yes,
turn around and keep gifting her. Her mods are still going to sucker people into giving her money. Sorry, I had to put that out there.
that's okay. That's okay. That is okay.
Favorite, it is okay. The one that is they're finishing up on the beta testing trend. That one is almost. In fact, hold on. I'll show you a picture of one of the videos that's on there. That's a video of
Oh
one
wow.
of the pages that's on favorited. And if anybody wants to know what that app is, and that's the other thing too I wanted to put out. A lot of these apps are going to go through updates. They're going to be up there getting, reorganized and fixed to a point where they're going to actually work pretty good. Here's the app that's on Apple. It's supported by Apple. Yeah, it is a good picture. It's good quality video.
Yeah.
But like I said, they're still in the beta testing on this app too as itself, but it's almost exactly like TikTok.
Cool. I've added that to the list. I'm literally creating an account everywhere, but I haven't decided what account I'm gonna go live on yet. But oh, there's a UFC fight on Saturday night. Hey,
I
um,
haven't looked into Mango Entertainment yet, but I'm going to look into that. But if I'm correct, Mango Entertainment, is that a Japanese app?
it sounds like it.
Well, I thought they did a lot of anime videos and such.
Yeah, that's probably where it started.
It's all but in the same in the other apps. Yes.
Yeah, so is mine. If you go to another app, I still have to create a Facebook, a clapper. I'm gonna look into this trend. Um, but yeah,
But
I still
I heard Neptune is the next best thing.
Neptune.
Like I said, you got to wait until they release it in February on iPhone first, and then they're going to go and release it to Android. I think next.
Okay. Box. What does that mean?
They're requesting a box.
Okay. I don't mind. I sent you an.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem.
Yeah, talking about the clever and the TikTok and other drama.
Yeah.
You guys are talking so passionate about it. I mean, I was responding and nobody. By the way, my name's Billy Joe.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
My name is Billy Joe.
Oh, okay. Hi, Billy Joe. I'm digital or shadow,
I
either.
know digital. I follow you.
Oh, okay.
I do. I follow you. I do. And I love your content. I do.
Thank you. I
Looks like
appreciate it. You said no one was responding. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
I was just texting. That's what. It's
Well,
just all about this TikTok stuff.
okay. Well, where are you gonna go?
I'm going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. I'll go back to Facebook, and that's it. I'm
Okay.
too old. I am too old for the drama.
Yeah, I feel you on that. It's a lot. It's it's worrying a little bit because I've just created the community that I have.
Thank you,
I'm
and
hoping people
that's what
will
I said. I
follow
said
me.
I followed you. I'm following you.
I
But
appreciate it. Well, by Friday, I'm gonna say where I'm gonna go live. I think.
okay,
And what I will probably do is go live on both until I can get enough of a following where I won't focus so much on TikTok. That's my plan right now. I just haven't picked the app that I'm going to use.
okay. And that's my thing. Another thing, these apps, they scare me
How come?
because I don't trust. I don't trust them anymore.
Mm, I
Does that
understand.
make any sense?
Yeah, no, it does. There's so much scamming, and we're hearing about them using the data, but they're no different, in my opinion, than Facebook. Facebook does the same thing. It's just that people have had Facebook for so long, they're comfortable.
Oh yeah, that's a given. That's a given. But you don't go live on Facebook, can you?
I think you can go live on Facebook.
You can. It is monitored very heavily though for scams.
Right.
They do allow you to report somebody if they're scamming, and they have a tendency to be very strict on Facebook. Another well-known scammer that tried to do that and got nannered for going live forever on Facebook was Austin Tamargo.
Oh, he's back. Oh, I'm going to talk about him today. I'm going to talk about him today. I sure
Okay,
am.
now okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. Can you wait to talk about him? I'm concerned.
About?
Um, Facebook. I did not know you could do that stuff.
What do you mean?
Go live and do this and do that.
You said you don't know how or you're not comfortable.
Well, both. Both.
Do you want to start going live?
No. No. I'm scared. No. I'm
Okay.
not ready. I'm just trying to learn.
I understand. Well, I'm going to say this. I never thought that I could go live because I didn't think anybody would want to hear what I had to say. The
Right.
only thing you can do is push the button. And I promise the first time you go live, there aren't even going to be a lot of people so that you can get comfortable. Yeah, she did take a shower last night. Or she talked about taking a shower. I didn't stick around to find out if she took a shower. But I did see her say that. But all you got to do is push the button and go
How
live.
how how do you start out a conversation?
Well, you think
How
about
do you
what
start a conversation?
you think about what you want to talk about and you just talk about it.
We talk about my animals
That's fine. There are people on
and
you
that
see that on the
pissy ass
top
bird
line.
and that pissy ass bird upstairs right now screaming. Oh,
Oh, people love to talk about what's going on with their neighbors. Let me tell you all a funny story.
no,
The
no,
other
not my
day,
neighbors, not my neighbors. The bird,
oh,
the bird.
okay. But let me tell you all a funny story. So the other day, I thought that I could hear my neighbors having sex, and I was like, "God, they getting it in." I was like, "Okay," but like it would come and go, come and go. It was White Sox snoring.
What?
Yes, my cat White Sox, who always needs to make an appearance in the live. He was snoring. He was.
I have 6 cats.
Oh yeah, animals bring a lot. A lot of people like to talk about their animals. So just click the button and go live, and just yeah, it was White Sox snoring. Is this
Yeah, and if you don't feel comfortable putting your face up there, you don't
Yeah.
have to. You
right?
don't have to. I mean, just your voice alone will attract attention, and you can start conversations that way.
Right.
I don't have a good voice.
Yes,
What
you
do you
do.
mean? Yes, you do.
Hmm.
What do you mean?
You have a perfect voice.
Perfect.
It's funny because people say that my voice is soothing, and it's one of the things that I like least about myself. But when I start talking, I forget about trying to sound proper and prim and sound ladylike. I forget all of that because I'm talking about the scammers. So, can I jump
Right.
in the box if that's okay? Yes, Ham.
Well,
Y'all got a couple more
I get
minutes.
a lot with my voice. Somehow, and because
Thank
everybody
you,
calls me
ladies.
Southern, because my name, there we go.
Are we allowed to talk about the lady up on the top?
Do it.
Of
The
course,
photo.
we can still
No.
talk about Kim.
Okay, that's right. I was referring to you. I was referring to the photo.
What do you mean? I'm sorry.
Okay, I was referring to the photo because I said, "Can we talk about the lady up on the top?" And I didn't want you to think that I was referring to you. I was referring to the
Oh
photo.
no, I heard you. I heard
Okay,
you. I
okay,
said you can talk about Kim for sure. Go ahead.
okay. 'Cause some
Okay.
people they, what do you mean me? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Okay, thank you. She went on yesterday and she brought up someone bought her a DoorDash and she's asking for money and this, that, and the third. You know, and I don't comment on her page because if you tell her to get a job, no offense to those that don't work on here, okay, that's good. But she abuses the system. She really does.
Correct.
She gets disability. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she gets everything. She gets disability. She has someone come in and help her. She gets food
Yes,
stamps. She has Medicaid.
yes,
She gets
yes,
Meals on Wheels.
yes,
She has the trifecta, as they would say.
yes.
She does.
And I bet you some of you ladies are retired.
And no,
You
not
know,
yet.
yeah. Those that on her that actually need the content, okay, yes, but she abuses it. She also says that she got evicted from housing. That didn't happen. You're not gonna get evicted from housing, not unless you didn't pay your rent. That's
Oh,
the only
but
way.
she expects Chat to pay her rent. She spends her money on what she wants to spend it on. And let me just tell you something.
Yes,
After all of the reporting of her, she might be spending more of those food of her social security on rent because she's going to have to explain what she did with all of that TikTok money.
yes.
I am so hoping. I mean, I'm not gonna say who reported her.
Several people,
Very
several.
strong creator. I'm hoping. I'm hoping.
I have a question to ask everyone.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And no, 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 no. This includes you.
Okay,
I have a question to ask respectfully, everyone in the chat,
okay.
including everyone in the boxes. Do you personally find this picture body shaming?
She's mentally ill.
No,
No, it's
no,
not
it's not
body
biasing.
shaming.
No, that's
She
not
did
being
it to
goofy
herself.
and it's kind of inappropriate if you know what I mean. But no,
Okay.
She did it
I mean
to
I'm just
herself.
saying. I'm just saying. It's you know what I'm getting at. You know what I'm getting at. So it is what it is.
Because
No, no, okay.
according to her last night in her live, she sat there and said that that was considered body shaming, but yet she did it. Correct.
Exactly.
Can I
Exactly.
follow you? The gentleman
Definitely.
above me. Can I follow you?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you do this? I can't follow you.
That's the thing. It's not body
I'm
shaming.
him, by the way. I can't
Oh,
follow
nice to
you.
meet you.
I can't follow you.
She did it to herself.
Can you message me then?
Actually, hold on.
Write down his name.
I
Write
followed you.
Okay.
And look,
I'm just
like I said
saying.
last night in the live last night, I offered her help, resources. Do you realize that I actually could have worked something in the resource factor to help pay her rent?
Mm.
Are you serious?
Yes. And she didn't want it. She didn't want any of that because I think she's already gone past that point of abused it
Rent's
so
already paid.
much
No,
that she
rent's
can't
already
get
I
it.
paid.
have a question.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
live.
She's
I
not.
live in. Oh, sorry. I
Okay.
live in public housing. Is there any way that I can get help paying my rent? I mean, I can pay my rent, but can you? Is there any a program that would help me?
There's emergency assistance through the state to
I wouldn't
receive
qualify.
funds to help pay for rent.
I wouldn't
Yes.
qualify for that. No, I wouldn't qualify for
Especially
that.
during the winter months.
Correct.
at least to lower the bill. I mean, it's like $380.
That's fine. It's a one-time thing, though.
No,
Yes,
no,
it's
I
a
can swing
one-time
it. That's
thing,
fine.
but they will help you out.
I thought it was like
Depending
grant.
on,
I thought it was like grant.
Well, that's what they would consider a grant in per
yes,
se.
Oh,
That's why it's a
grant.
one-time thing.
oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Now I can assist on heat and electric because
I thought it was paid. What happened?
What? What? Yeah. What the?
What happened to him?
No, he just dropped for a second.
What
He'll
happened?
probably be back. They might have dropped him because of the photo. But listen, guys, I'm gonna slide on to something else. I'm gonna
Okay, I'm
drop
sorry.
everybody. Oh, you got
Okay,
more? Yeah, that's what I thought.
okay, but
Well, I know
thank
you
you.
don't.
She's
I know you
probably
don't know me.
she's
Thank you.
probably in here watching because she tracks all for one.
Oh, yeah.
I don't comment on her page though. Bye.
Bye.
Love
Thank you,
you.
everybody. So I just wanna bring something up because in her life, y'all know I believe in raising the consciousness, and I think a lot of people don't know. So what I'm about to show you is gonna be hard to read. Okay, so forgive me for that purpose, but I want y'all to see these are the TikTok gifts. This isn't all of them. I have 3 pages of TikTok gifts. I would suggest people taking a moment to go look. You can just type up what are the value of TikTok gifts. They give you the list. There are a lot of them. So we obviously start at a penny, and this page goes all the way down to $3.97. Okay? Kim is worse than Lisa. Lisa has a disease. Here's the second page. Okay? This one goes from I think 397 all the way down to 79.78. When they talk about filling their gift tree, this is what they're talking about. They want at least one of all of these gifts. Now, I thought that 9307 for the sports car, I was like, who is sending that? But wait, it gets way worse. These are the big ones. You know, when they're like, I'm looking for a TikTok universe. $562 point oh 48. I don't know why it's like that. It must have been a typo. It's probably not 04. It's probably 48. Yeah, she received one on Christmas. So I realized that when you're seeing people getting gifted, I knew some of them were more expensive than others. I had no idea the amount that people are getting on here and why they went from creating content to begging. But let me tell you why TikTok was okay with that. According to current information, TikTok typically takes 50% of the value of a gift sent through their platform, meaning the creator receives approximately half of the total gift value after platform fees are deducted. This is why TikTok created gifts. It was a clever way to get income off of the people who are doing well on their app. It is. Scamming and begging is a TikTok violation, but getting gifts through TikTok is not. And so, what happens a lot is that even though people will give on the apps of cash and their cousins, they will also send TikTok gifts. Yeah, I know. For some people, it's 60-50. For other people, it's 50-50. It depends on where you are in the creator fund. So yeah, TikTok isn't thrilled with the fact that they're not getting their portion, but they get some, which is why I think they let this continue. But I just wanted you guys to understand the amounts of money we're talking about. Some of these are incredibly high value. If someone gave her that final one, she wouldn't have to worry about the rent. Yeah, some people are doing it big. And what's funny is when they go to another app, they'll get the same thing. But if you're creating content that people enjoy, I don't have a problem with that. And I tell you all this all the time that getting up here, people like her, Ashley Trevino, Lisa, they don't have any content. They literally wake up and think, what am I going to ask for today? They don't even pay attention. At least Lisa pays attention to the chat. She don't like it, but she pays attention. Most of them don't. Most of them are like, I have a live goal. I have a live goal. Can you meet the live goal? Ty, we need to keep this room. We need to keep this room. That's all they do. That's it. That's all. But there are other people on here who are actually creating content. And so that you don't just wake up on the morning of and think about, okay, well, what am I going to talk about today? No, it takes work. For some people, it is a legitimate job. But y'all also know how I feel about TikTok battle. Again, that was sanctioned because TikTok gets a cut of the gifts that are given. But to me, it's just begging. When you have somebody from sun up to sundown, what's her name? Adrielle. I told y'all the other day. I really hope that I wanted it to go away just for Adrielle. Literally from morning till night, she's battling. And she's like, come on, guys, we need to win. Oh, it's double, we need to win. The only person winning is her. Because even if she loses, she gets to keep the money. So why does she care? That's why they don't care whether they win or lose. They prefer to win, but they don't care. Josh and Ida, that's their new thing. They don't beg anymore. They don't beg as much. Let me change that. But they battle all day. And they felt like by battling, since it's sanctioned by TikTok, it is the same thing. It's just sanctioned by TikTok. Right. Child, when I see a battle, I never stay. Unless it's Adrielle, because sometimes I do troll her. Because I'm just sick of her. But that's all it is. That's what Kiki went to. Battling. The same guy who I think she thought she could convince to be interested in her. And he was like, no, I like thick women. Sorry. You look like a crackhead. Not interested. And now she quote unquote has a job. Then she was like, remember when she was like, you guys aren't going to see anything about my kid's birthday party. Okay. So then why did you tell us that we needed to help you pick out the cupcakes at 9 something at night? Mind you, then said to everybody, make sure you pray for us because it's cold and slippery out there. So then why are you taking your kids out at 9 something at night when it's slippery? Get up in the morning and do it. Wait till the sun comes out. But if you have 8 hours to sit here and battle over and over and over and over again, yeah, get a job that you claim. Yes, Amanda and Lisa are very good at that. As soon as they get the money, they don't say thank you, they don't say goodbye, they just leave. Why? Because then they can come back and say they didn't get it. Or it failed. That's the other favorite one. Now, it failed. Wonder where Amanda's going. Because she ain't giving up on this. All right, let's see. Who do I want to talk about next? Oh, since she hates me, let's talk about her. She thought she could come in here and bully me. And then tried to bully me in her live. Get this bitch out of here. All I did was laugh. And one of her mods put me in the box. I didn't request the box. All I did was laugh at her because she crashed out. Why? Because, oh, Lemonade is where she went? Okay, good. Thank you for that. I got doxxed on Facebook. No, I didn't see that. But Facebook is good for that. I utilize Facebook to keep track of Amanda. Anyway, she crashed out on me. And all I did was laugh at her. Ma'am, do you think I can't make 75 accounts to watch you if I want to? But this is what I want to say. That last week that she was in the hotel, she couldn't get the money. And I know she blames me for that. I don't care. You were getting $320 from people for weeks. For weeks. You even promised to pay some people back when you got your disability. And guess what she's not doing now? She's no longer going to pay those people back. She has said so. She's like, people think that now that I got my money, I should pay people back. Why? Because that's what you said you were going to do. You said you were going to pay people back when you got your disability. And now you don't think you should? My question is this. You got the money. Why are you still on here asking for gifts? I told y'all when I first started that for some of these people, the beg is the addiction. Erica, I agree with you. It depends on what was doxed. It depends on what was doxed. Because if his previous convictions, which is public knowledge, is considered doxing, I don't consider that doxing. And his history is horrible. What he's been convicted of, disgusting. It depends on, right, his history is violence. So it depends on what's doxed. I don't feel like people who have been on here begging and they actually get a job, why would anybody call a job and get them fired? I find that deplorable. And anybody in any awareness group that does that needs to have their head examined. Why would you take a beggar who actually goes and gets a job and makes them lose the job? Now, let's be fair. A lot of them say Kat and I can't think of her name now. Jordan Paul used to be like, y'all got me kicked out of the hotel. I think they were lying about that. Yeah, Beth Osborne is lying. She ain't had a job in years. But there are people who that has legitimately happened to. And again, you got to understand that they, the same way they watch us, they watch each other and they figure out what could make them money. But it has legitimately happened to some people. And I don't think that's right. They finally make a move in the right direction and then we want to take that away. And then when they go back to begging, we want to call them beggars and scammers. Like, pick a lane. Pick a lane. Yes, and sometimes they do dox themselves. But okay, so let me tell you, just using Amanda as an example, Amanda used to say that she was in the woods when she would be in front of Frank's mama's apartment. So her location getting doxxed was to prove a point that she's lying about her whereabouts. She's lying about being homeless. It wasn't to dox where she was. It was to prove, because multiple times she used to say she was in Portland and she needed taxi money and she was caught sitting in Sanford multiple times. This is Carol Edwards. Carol Sue. And the reason why I brought her up is because she's gotten her money. She claims she's also found an apartment. Why is she still asking for gifts on TikTok? Right. I was just using an example, Amanda, as an example of where some people might consider it doxing, but there was a point involved. Carol Sue used to get $320 a week minimum to pay for her nice hotel every week because she claimed that if she didn't get paid, she would be on the street. The moment they didn't give her the 320, she was at her daughter's house. Why are you mad at me? Because you proved exactly what I said would happen, and it happened. And then you got your disability and you're still and she was like, I'm not asking for any money, but then saying, let's fill my life goal, guys. What's the difference? Who knows if she's gonna be able to keep up the apartment? Who knows? But if she doesn't, she'll use it as another money grab. It'll be everybody's fault but her own. What would kill me is when she moved in with her daughter. You mean to tell me that my mother was homeless? She had to come live with me because people stopped paying for her hotel, and I'm not going to make sure that she eats, even if I have to eat a little bit less. My daughter can't afford to give me food. You guys still have to give me money so I can eat. Okay. She's begging for money for an apartment. She's getting Social Security. Oh, she's now under the name Mystic Sue. Ha! Thanks. Mystic Sue. Sorry, I take notes. I keep track of things. A Mexican homie always has needs to be like, let me pull out my folder. Let me pull out my notebook. So that's why I brought her up. How are you still asking for gifts and you have everything? Oh, not Mystic, Misty? Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you. Who else? Oh, I know who else. This is Detroit Nike. Now, do y'all remember the other day when I was like, why he always sitting at the table at the door and that's all we ever see? Because he ain't really staying in that room. He don't never show the bed. He don't never show his stuff. Y'all remember that? Hey, Detroit Nike spies, how y'all doing? Because what happens? Went to a different room and now we see an unmade bed. What's that supposed to prove? But that's not why you're up here. You are up here because you are so delusional to think that you can do whatever you want to do without consequence. Do you know what he did 3 days in a row? 3 days in a row, he ordered DoorDash from different places, got the food, ate the food, then on live called, made some complaint. Either it was nasty, it was cold, he didn't get what he wanted, and got the money back. Either for a DoorDash credit for later or cash. And he literally was doing it as an example of what people should do. On live. Remember the guy who showed everybody that he was living in the storage unit with his girlfriend and they got kicked out? Please tell me somebody sent those clips to DoorDash. Because all he does is opens up a new DoorDash account. Ooh, excuse me, sorry y'all, I'm tired. It's been a crazy morning. All he does is create a new DoorDash account so that it's not like a repetitive, this is what he does. He did it 3 days in a row. Who are you impressing other than people? And I saw people in the chat laughing. Do you realize that ends up impacting all of us? You want to know why prices keep jumping? Because people keep stealing. I saw a lady who works at Walmart and she was going through and she was like, this is part 15 of the things that I find stolen in the store. She was in the baby aisle. Somebody had went through and like if it was 3 bottles, they took one. Why did they do that? Because to try to sneak the whole box out will get you caught. But if you have a baby with you and you steal 1 bottle, you can put it in your bag. Who's going to notice? You have a baby. Who's going to tell you you stole that unless they're watching you do it? We all, as a society, pay for that. So when your DoorDash prices go up, it's because people, door dashers will sometimes lose money or their job if they are seen to have picked it up and dropped it off and then someone says they never got it. Did you see where the girl was working at the pharmacy? I think she even got a seafood boil, which was crazy expensive. The girl delivered it. She went into her DoorDash and canceled it, and the girl got fired for fraud. So she went back and was like, why did you say you didn't get the food? I dropped it off to you. Oh no. A magnitude 6.8 earthquake just hit Japan and they're doing a tsunami warning. When I tell you this world is heading in the wrong direction, my goodness. Right, it is why you take pictures now. You disgust me. I want y'all to understand that not all black people find this funny. A lot of us were raised with integrity. A lot of us were raised to recognize that while someone on earth may not see us, God does. There are others of us that believe in the ancestors, and they watch too. So I want y'all to understand this isn't condoned by everybody. When you're in his live and you see everybody laughing and kikiing and finding it funny, there are just as many of us who are shaking our head in complete disbelief. Yeah, he was mad. He got the food. He literally was on live complaining to the person while he ate the food. Right, Ren? How dare you? And how stupid. You are literally putting on TikTok, on a live, you committing fraud. And not only are you doing it, you are encouraging the people watching you to do it. And they're kikiing with you. Your mods are ha ha ha. What? This is what's funny though. I bet you they wouldn't do it. And if they would, I bet you they wouldn't do it on live. Because you are admitting, you are displaying your fraud in action. Where they do that at? He does have an apartment. It's fraud, Picklehead. It's fraud. Because he wasn't. So let's say he was on live. He ordered food and he really didn't like it. A, he would stop eating it. But what he told people in the live was, this is how you do it. I think it was mac and cheese, chicken, and something else. But he annoys me. I can only watch so much. Yeah, he has an apartment. This whole setup in the hotel is just for show. And I'm not saying that everybody's watching me and making changes. I just find it interesting that I brought up where he sits and how he sits, and now he's showing the bed. And I'm not even saying he don't stay there sometimes, but he has an apartment. As I forgot who said it, but this is a social experiment. He is looking to see how long he can be taken care of. And he's a bully. He's a bully. If people get in his live and be like, I will help you, but I'm sorry, I can't. I got my own rent. He calls you broke. He'd be like, if you're gonna be broke, why are you in my live? Or if someone says, I don't have Cash App, I only have Zelle, he makes his mods delete and block them too. Because in his mind, it's easy to download an app, so he doesn't want to hear it. Does that sound like somebody truly in need? He's disgusting. He's deplorable. He is a bad example of a young black man. I'm sorry. I'll stand 10 toes down. Okay. Who else is on the list for today? Everybody do me a favor, like the live, fill the heart tail. Austin to Margot. I don't know very much about him. He kind of went away for a little while, so he wasn't on my radar, but he's back. And what made me take a picture, he was asking for 5,000 hearts. I have watched Domestic Survivor. Not enough to talk about her though. 5,000 hearts he was asking for. And then he did this poll thing, which I found hilarious. And the poll was, do you think I could get to 5,000? So like 14 people said no, and I want to say like 5 people said yes. And then he flipped it and was like, okay, the 5 people who thought that I could do it, let's prove everybody else wrong. And he uses God and his spiritual journey. Yeah, Katie. Katie D. That's what he says. He got over 40,000 roses this weekend. He uses his spiritual journey, his quote unquote relationship with God, and he suckers people into helping. And because it's just the heart, people think, oh, he's not asking for much. Do not vote for blue. But then I caught this person, Janine Schaefer. First of all, she says she's 41 years old. 41 plus 41? 41. 41 where? You had a hard 41 years, man. A hard 41 years. But she was going off on anybody in the comments. Jane Lee, what you getting out the deal? This is a woman who was in Austin's live going off on other people for asking questions, saying that he helps other people. She was giving him hearts. She was giving other people a hard time. Why? Maybe born in 1941. When I tell you the comments always win, they always win. Why are you a random person on the internet riding so high for someone who won't do anything for themselves? Could be, I don't know. White Sox, why are you messing with that right now? This is supposed to be quiet time. He has a fish that rocks back and forth. If he touches it, it starts doing it, and it's supposed to make him want to grab it and do all of those things. He just likes the noise now. He doesn't even grab it anymore. He just hits it and watch it flail back and forth. White Sox is special, let me tell y'all. And he's scary too. He's a punk. Any noise, he is taking off. I live in a gated community and I use a train sound to indicate that that's what's coming in. That way I don't ignore it. Somebody's at the gate, right? As soon as he hears that, he goes and runs in my closet. Someone don't even have to come to my door. He hears the train sound, in my closet he goes. He is so scary. He only come outside for his daddy. That's it. Anybody else that comes here, he's not coming out. It could be 5 hours. He's not coming out. But he want to act like he run things around here. You follow Austin for 5 years. Why? Sean Gummy Bear? No. I've heard about them, but I haven't had time. Where I cover the original Yellow Boy. Nope, never even heard of them. Let's write it down. It's funny though because it'll be interesting to see where everybody goes after TikTok. But like I said, TikTok is not going to get turned off on the 19th. They're going to no longer be able to download it if they haven't already. And it's no longer going to receive the tech support that it receives now. So little by little, it will cease to work properly. That's what's going to happen. Yeah, it won't be updated, etc. Correct. Okay. Let's see who's next. If y'all don't stop giving her money while she nods out on the live, is that the purpose? Oh, Red Note, never even heard of that. I remember when people used to say that people were purposely giving money to Lisa to watch her nod out, hoping that she what's the word I'm looking for? Hoping that she unalives herself. $500. CJ, go report on that for me, please. Go spend the time doing it. That's important. I tell y'all all the time, it takes a community. Really, White Sox? Buddy, this isn't your time. Mind you, he won't let me cuddle him, but he can lay all over top of me. Anyway, is the point to watch her not out? I need $40 to take a shower. I need $70 for a room. If you needed money the way that you're asking for it, you'd be here every day. She went away for a little while because I think she got in a relationship and she ended up inside. But now she needs extra money. Lori Jones faked the whole pregnancy and said the twins passed from cancer. No. I can't watch Lori. She annoys me. Her tough girl attitude, the whole meet me outside. Girl, bye. Ain't nobody scared of you. Not a single person is afraid of you. You might have some people on TikTok afraid. You don't scare me at all. And so I can't watch it. Especially not when she does stuff up like with her daughters, all the trash she talks. I can't. I can't do her and I can't do her ex. Oh no, I'm about to get to Bree and Ty. Don't worry. They on the list. What time is it? Okay. I still have another half an hour to go. Ultrasound was found on Google. Amanda did that with cancer. Turned out to be a 17-year-old boy, I think, that she claimed. Mind you, have you heard her say anything about her cancer? Or her hip surgery for that matter? White Sox, buddy. You have to go sit down somewhere right now, okay? Please. Please. Domestic Survivor, I have seen her. I haven't covered her exclusively. I mean, to any, I don't know a thing about her. I have watched her a couple times. Could people stop giving this girl money? Oh, wait, let me see if I got the picture of one of her enablers. Let me see. One of her enablers was, she looks like a child. I don't think I have it. I don't think I created the photo of her. Let me see if I can see it though. Here she is. Her name is Sammy. 22 years old, yelling and going off on people to give Caitlyn money. Sammy, go do something with your life other than sit on TikTok and demand that people give a random stranger money. I don't understand these people. I don't. How can you, a stranger, stand 10 toes down, saying to somebody, give her money, while we watch her nod out? And no, I don't think she's homeless right now. She probably was at one time. I don't think she is right now, though. Right. Her Cash App is in her bio, too. But how dare you demand that people separate from their money? And what kills me is they'll be like, why are you clocking her pockets? Because she's clocking ours. What you mean? You want my money, but I can't ask you a question? I know I talked about it before, but this need for this parasocial relationship to feel, some people do it because they need to feel powerful because they don't feel powerful anywhere else in their life. They need to feel like they're a part of something. They need to feel like they're helping somebody. They don't care about the consequences of their actions. They just want to be seen as someone who does. This is I think she's a mod, but she's a supporter of Caitlyn. And I just found, when I saw her, I'm like, you are a child. You are younger than the child I have. How dare you sit there and think that you could tell me what to do with my money? How dare you? And I told y'all, without these enablers, without these mods, they wouldn't get what they get because the truth would be told. So why can't they get called out? You want to act big and bad in the comments? Well, here you go. Here's your moment of shine. Now go make your account private. You want to act big and bad? Here's your moment. Hi, Kira. And this is where we'll end. This young man, who was clearly able bodied, oh, Penny Fairy covered him last night. I'm annoyed. I think his girlfriend has a bit of a delay. And I think he chooses her because he gets to be manly. He gets to seem like the smartest person in the room. But go ahead, I don't know. Just for anybody that's new in my lives, when I go into a monologue, I often do not read the comments, so you have to forgive me. He gets to feel like big man on campus around her. He wouldn't be able to stand me for more than 5 minutes because I would break him down to the white meats. You're not bright, sir. You're not smart at all. I know you like to think so, but you're not. Him and his list of what the trolls could do. Why don't you make a list of what you could do other than to get on here and beg for money every day? What floored me is when I found out that yes, he gets Social Security, but he's decided that he's going to save that until he gets an apartment. So for how many months has he been saving his Social Security check while other people have been paying his bills? They probably get food stamps, which is why they don't ask for food. He uses, oh, it's so cold, it's so cold. All right, I get that. But why aren't you using the money at your disposal to pay for your own room? You're not even asking for, listen, I put my entire check down. We got 2 weeks out of it. I need the last 2 weeks paid for. He's lying. This is Bree and Ty, or Ty and Bree. Bree and Ty. He gets on here every day. Mind you, she goes to cosmetology school. She gets up at the crack of dawn. Sometimes it's still dark. Do you think that he gets up and walks her to the bus stop to make sure she gets there safely? No. He stays in the warm room begging. When she gets off out of school and comes back on the bus, do you think he goes out there and meets the bus and walks her back? No. He stays in the warmth, the comfort. The other day, she was outside in the cold and the bus was late. And he was like, why would the bus be late? Do you think he put on a jacket and went outside and sat with her until her bus came? No, he stayed in the warmth. She's not going to school anymore. Why? Sir, you are not the next big hip hop artist. I promise. Your music is trash. Good morning. She quit. So I guess being a beggar on TikTok is more lucrative. Do you know how much money she could make as a hairdresser? You know what probably happened too? He was probably getting too familiar with all the women that are in his chat. She probably didn't like how much time he was spending with all the ladies on the chat. Grown women with 6 kids, and they're bullying people, telling people what they can and cannot say. Lady, go take care of your kids and your husband. He got something better for you to do. I promise. How you got all this time with 6 kids? Go sit down somewhere. And they kill me because they talk about us being keyboard warriors. What are you? One of his mods. Like her name is like Mom of Six or something like that. I don't remember. I put her up here the other day. She should regret quitting. Oh, okay. So if she got a grant check, why y'all can't pay for the room yourself? Why is it everybody else's responsibility every day when you guys have funds but won't spend the money? If she got any student loans at all, oh man, they give you what, 6 months? And then here they come looking. Now I know her grandfather set something up, her grandparents set something up so her schooling would be paid for. But you think her aunt ain't gonna cut her off now? Right. Why spend mine when I could spend yours? I mean, I'm going to take a picture of that comment because we are probably going to make a post out of that. Why spend mine when I can spend yours? Facts upon facts. But then want to say we're making money and clout off of them. How, how much money have I made? $20? You get triple that every day, but I'm making money off of you? Oh, I'm sure if she left him, she could go home. But he has probably manipulated her into believing that her family is trying to control her and they don't want her to be happy. She'll probably be 4 or 5 kids in before she realizes what's what. Kira, why are you whining? Who are you talking to? Oh, of course. We have all seen his kind. I didn't when I saw so I didn't get access to the purple ticket the first round. And I was like, what is this? And then when I saw all the controversy, when I tell you people was working hard for them purple tickets, and like they would go live so that everybody could click on everybody else's purple ticket. And then TikTok changed the rules about what you could use it for. And so let's say you got 113 tickets. The minimum ticket use was 20 or whatever the number was. So that people couldn't even use all of their tickets. What was the point? That was Kira actually. White Sox is actually sitting in the corner, huffing and puffing because I won't let him lay on me right now. TikTok made so much money. I guess they were like, "Listen, we need a money grab before we can't get any in the U.S." I didn't either. It didn't. It never made sense to me. Like what? Why? What do I gain by clicking a button in your live and you clicking a button back in mine? And then when I heard you could only use it in the TikTok shop, and then I heard there was a minimum, and on and on and on. Like I was like, please. Oh no, you don't have to say you're bad because they sound alike. White Sox sounds like a little girl. You should hear when I'm opening their can of wet food. I should record that. Oh, it was $10 a day you could use. Like whatever. I didn't even. First, I was mad. Like, why I don't have a purple ticket? But then when I saw what people were going through, never mind. Never mind. I'll pass on this scam. I got a birthday suit and a hoodie, both very nice from Purple Tickets. Nice. I mean, I'm not saying that some people didn't make it happen for them, but it just didn't seem. It seemed like it would be a waste of time for me. By the way, I watched a video and it was like 20 things that humans do wrong to their cats, and one of them was you need to rotate their toys every week. They get bored with the same toys. And another one was, you know how like you have the red where they follow it around like a red dot. I can't remember what it's called. That you need to direct them to a toy or something because it disappoints them that when they catch the red dot, they get nothing. I had no idea. Yeah, the laser light. Yeah. I have a little mouse that has a red laser light because she likes to follow them. Oh, great, Harley girl. My cat got to 19. They don't age like that very much. So that's really good. You take really good care of your animal. Mine is 14. Kira is younger than White Sox by 3 months, but I got them in 2021. They were born in 2020. White Sox was born August of 2020. Kira was born December 2020. And I got them both in 2021. So they're only a couple of years old. They're still young. My 21-year-old cat. Oh, I wanted cats that wanted to be cuddled and stuff. Neither one. They just want to be able to laugh. Come back to topic, please. Listen, CJ. I know you my TikTok husband. You telling me what to do. Oh no. I wish I had lab cats. They want to lay on me, but they won't let me cuddle them. No. I said please. Okay, let's get back. My TikTok husband told me what to do, and so now I got to do what he said. In what world? But anyway, I am here to talk about scammers. So yeah, Ty, go find something to do. Stop using the excuse that you get Social Security. People on Social Security can work. You only can make a certain amount. That's it. There's part-time jobs. Again, if you can write, record, mix, master, and distribute your music, which are 5 separate jobs, by the way. There's a writer, a performer, an engineer, a master, and then a company that distributes the music. 5 separate jobs. If you can do all of them, sir, you can welcome people into Walmart. You can flip fries. You can even sit at a front desk of a company and answer the phone. Why don't you go to the recording studio where you record your music, if you do that, and see if there's a sweep up there. If that's that's what people used to do. If they couldn't get in the front door, they went in the back door. They started working there just to get close to the equipment. Do something with your life. Because this is the thing. And I've said this before, Social Security increases are not based on the entire year's inflation. It is based on July, August, and September. Whatever the inflation rate was for those 3 months average is the increase for the following year. I don't know who made that up, but that was the dumbest decision ever. But okay, fine. You're getting 900 and something. How long do you think you're going to be able to live if inflation remains as it is? On next year, it'll be 1,025. You are 20 something years old. How long do you think that's going to last, sir? It's ridiculous. He's 25. And let me be clear about something. I don't go real life on people. 99% of what I talk about is either what I've heard myself, I've seen on recordings, people that I trust in the community offer what they've learned. But a lot of it I get from strictly what I watch, which is why I take notes. What I know about you is what you said, sir. You said you did all of that with your music. I didn't make that up. Right. And not only are rent prices going up, they want 3 times the rent. Let me tell you about a law in Florida. Now, if you can't afford the security deposit, you don't have to pay it up front. It could get added to the rent. Sounds like an awesome plan, right? But this is the kicker. Let's say you divide it over the 12 months. They don't have to stop charging you that once you reach it. Good morning, Virginia. Right, Umbra. But that's so the landlord gets to charge you the increase in perpetuity. Even if you finally paid it off. They don't have to take that off the rent. How does that help anybody? I gotta pay for the rest of the lease for a security deposit? If I stay here for 5 years, I am still paying for the security deposit that I paid year one. Make that make sense. And this sassy, this is the crazy thing. They know they could get it. There's somebody out there willing to pay it. It's crazy what they're getting away with. But I'll be honest, some landlords, like in Florida, we have HOAs everywhere. And after that building collapse that happened in Miami, and the HOA basically was like, we didn't have enough money to fund it. HOAs that don't even have a garage aren't even near the water. We're like, oh, we need to have more money and up the HOA fee $300-400 a month, not a year, a month. So that the landlords weren't even making any money by increasing the rent for $300. It was because it was going to the HOA. And then, of course, insurance went up. So in some cases, it's not even the landlord's fault. But you have this sorry ass making people who have to work for their money pay for his hotel room so him and his girlfriend could stay warm. You go home and her go home. Until y'all could take care of life, go home. $14.50. I believe it. Oh, let's be clear. They don't stop at the goal. They don't stop at the goal. They want as much as they can get. I promise you, he probably gets double or triple what he says he needs every day. And you got a bunch of women in there advocating for him. And without the community, they'd still get more. That's what's crazy. Imagine if no one was bringing awareness. There wasn't anybody telling people, look them up before you give money. Good morning. Yeah, they said that the person who helped them gain the apartment messed up, but then took a leave of absence, and the new person that took over was like, this was done wrong, and moved them from first place to second place. This is why that story doesn't make any sense, is because A, if it was the person's fault, they would have been obligated to fix it. And B, what was it? Because if it was like proof of income or ID or anything, why couldn't you just provide whatever it was? Listen, he knows how to play the system. He's been using the system his whole life. This ain't nothing new. Yeah, she's in his chat. Oh, he has a violent record. He has a violent record, Sassy. Which, by the way, isn't doxing. It's public information. So is an eviction. It's public. Yes, violence against children and in domestic settings. Well, I'm going to cut it here because I haven't heard an update on my granddaughter yet. Her parents are fighting. Ain't that just great? So I'm going to make some phone calls and see what's up. Thank you for all the love. I'm sure she'll be fine. She turns 1 on the 20th. She's adorable. Wait, let me see. Let me show you my baby. I'm still looking for a picture. I got so many pictures of scammers. I got to scroll back to find a picture of baby. Here goes one. That's her. Thank you, thank you. That's baby. So, anyway, I'm going to go check. She has COVID, a stomach virus. They're going to do a ultrasound, and that's what I'm waiting to get news on, is the ultrasound, because I don't even know what they're doing an ultrasound of. So anyway, thank you. That's my precious. We call her PJ, and I will talk to everybody Wednesday morning. Stay vigilant. They're letting me follow a few more people back, so if you follow me, give me some time. I will follow everybody back. I have 3 million messages. Bear with me. I get to them too. Everybody have a wonderful Monday. And I'll see everybody Wednesday. Hug your loved ones. Tomorrow isn't promised. And if you're in California or have loved ones, I'm praying for you too. Bye-bye, everybody.